Welcome to the first episode of Nintendo does nothing to fix the problem. Technically the second time it's happened, but it's the first time I want to make a video about it. We're looking at the Undertow... the Undertow, like, map remake? It's not really a remake, but it's like... they're updating the map. We're getting a map rework. And they're doing nothing to address the problems that anyone has with the map at all. We're getting this, like, little bit of space here, you know, by spawn. That's pretty cool. Over here, I think they're adding, like, a wall, so chargers can't, like, cease over here. And, I mean, you know, that's fine. I think they're adding a ramp right here, which isn't terrible. But there's a ramp right here already, so it's a little redundant. More importantly, I've seen some people say that there might be a ramp over here in this, like, all this painted area. And I hope it's a ramp, because looking at it, I just assumed they were going to remove this space. It's like, all the space that is here is just going to be gone, which is confusing, because that would just make this area even worse to fight in. Like, imagine playing any weapon. Some guy starts running into you, so you're gonna back up. And then now you have less space to back up. I mean, honestly, I don't know what to say about that. That's just a really strange decision if it's not gonna be a ramp. So I hope it's a ramp. But it's Nintendo. They make strange choices for strange reasons. And then we're getting what I assume is a wall right here. Which, well, it's gonna do nothing to, like, impact the enemy E-leader that stands, like, right here. It will impact the charger player that pushes up into your base and then stands right here. Which, I have thoughts about that change. And then I think they're putting either a block or a ramp right here. I mean, it's a new movement opportunity, you know? It's a way through mid where you can, like, sort of go past the glass and then over onto their side. You know, that's actually kind of cool. I'll say that. But it's not gonna do much to impact, like, the E-leader dominance. Because, like, if you're gonna, like, comment an E-leader from here, they're just gonna, like, see you from, like, a mile away. Like, they're gonna see you trail over there. They're gonna see you, like, walking on the glass. And then they're just gonna shoot you, like, a moment your hitbox, like, comes out. And I don't entirely get, like, the point. And the worst part of, like, all of these unnecessary changes is that I already knew, like, a super easy way that you could instantly make this map, like, 50% better with maybe, like, an hour of work. Remove this wall. Just this single wall. And then, like, if you want to make it 80%, put, like, a ramp or some kind of, like a ramp or a paintable wall on the other side. And then it's just 80% better. With maybe an hour and a half of work. If even that. And you don't have to do all these other unnecessary changes. The block here confuses me even more. Because, like... okay, we don't know for a fact it's gonna be a block that helps you get from, like, one spot to the other. It might just be, like, a pole, which it doesn't change anything, because a pole would solve the same problem that this... What is this? That this thing already solves. I mean, maybe it'd be a bit thinner, but, like, why? You can already just jump past it. You can already just, like, jump past it. I don't know why you would need to make it thinner. Dude. So, like, everyone already has their thoughts on, like, on the map design as, like, a bunch of short-range players, so I want to give my thoughts on it as a charger player. I don't like the E-leader dominant maps because E-leader itself is really boring. When I'm playing any weapon, I want to still feel like I'm involved in, like, the action. Like, I'm still involved in gameplay. I don't really like playing super far back where I feel like I'm playing a completely different game from the rest of the server. I want to feel like I have a bit more of an impact, and, like, I'm moving constantly. Which is why I tend to gravitate towards, like, Squiffer and Splat Charger over the E-leader. So I don't exactly like how a lot of the E-liter dominant maps maybe have like 3 total spots to stand. Like on Undertow, you have like maybe 3 good spots to stand as a charger. You have like right here where you have like cover the entire area, but maybe the other team's too aggressive, so then you have like so then you're like over here. Or maybe you're like over there. And then like, well, where else are you gonna realistically stand as like a charger player on this map? Like, oh yeah, you could stand here, but like, why? Like you could stand here, but why? You could stand up there or over there. So like, even as like a charger player, I'm not a fan of the map design. It's too passive for chargers. It doesn't encourage enough movement. And it's just really samey. And then what's worse is that a lot of the people on the other end of the charger player don't really like it. Because like, if I'm standing here, where do you go? What do? You can go under. You can go under, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Like, I can also just like, be waiting for you. And then like, even if I like miss the shot, I can just leave. And then stand here, where I have a slightly less oppressive sightline, but still pretty oppressive. I just want to go like a little bit further into like my thoughts on like chargers. I want to show like a good charger map, you know, as an example. This is one of my more preferred maps in the entire game. To my understanding, it's one of the more preferred maps for most people. When it comes to like charger positioning on this map, there's just a lot more options. You can stand here, here. And if there's someone flanking, you could stand here, 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 here. I mean, this isn't a great spot, but you could use it. I can kind of see this working on an E-liter, actually. Here. Having, like, a lot of different areas to stand, it just helps to really make you feel more involved in the game that you're playing. Which just makes playing Charger itself feel more fun. So I'm not really sure why Nintendo keeps going for this kind of game design. Because it's not really that fun if you're a charger, because you're standing in 3 places doing nothing. And it's not really that fun for everyone else, because a good charger is super oppressive, and you end up feeling like you're bashing your head against a wall. Also, please make this site gameable. Overall, I just think that, like, these changes do very little to impact any of the design choices that people have a problem with. And literally just removing this wall would do so much, because now, you know, like, an E-liter actually has to, like, look out for this. Like, let's just assume that's an ink mine, alright? Let's just assume that's an ink mine. Like, we actually have to, like, start paying attention to that, because we can't just, like, blindly sit here, like, oh, well, I'm just gonna shoot everyone, because now I'm fucking dead.